You know that baby Jesus being born in a manger in Bethlehem wasn't just about peace on earth and goodwill towards all men, right? Even though it was that. But it was actually a declaration of war, a cosmic spiritual war. Because if you look at Genesis 3, when God cursed Adam and Eve, within that curse was also a promise where God announced in advance that Jesus would come one day and Satan would be defeated. And until the time of Genesis and to Jesus' birth, God worked through the nation of Israel to accomplish his purposes. But once Jesus was born in that manger in Bethlehem, God declared war and told Satan, I am taking back what is mine. And that's where we are today, all these years later. And as Christians, we are part of God's plan to actually expand his kingdom, his sons and daughters. So the stakes are very high. God knows it. The devil knows it. But sometimes we as humans, we forget it. We forget our part, right? And we get disillusioned, we get demoralized, we're disengaged, and we're dejected. And I think that's part of the devil's plan to try to defeat us. But we know to the end of the story. At the end of the story, God wins. So for this Christmas, as you spend time with your friends and family, just remember that God will build his kingdom through us. But he doesn't need anything modern or huge or anything fancy. He just wants our heart and our courage to actually stand in the gap and stand for him. And through this simple faith, especially right now where there's so much failure and corruption in our church, just through this simple faith, living authentically, God will expand his kingdom. And that's why I'm part of a microchurch movement, because I think that if it's just you and a friend or your family and another family living authentically in the world, rubbing shoulders with those who aren't Christians, by your actions and through trust with these relationships with those outside the church, and by your words, you can share the gospel, and through that you can expand the kingdom. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. And I will say that if you're right now disillusioned and dejected and disengaged, it's okay. I was on the silence for many years. I was out of it too. But I never lost my faith and I re engaged. So I will say, if you're in that situation right now, maybe you can see this Christmas as a time for you to declare war on the enemy, on the rule of this world, and start engaging one person at a time, one life at a time. And through your simple, authentic, sincere faith in true religion, the kingdom of God will continue to expand. All right, Merry Christmas.